So is it about neutralizing the Iranian nuclear threat, or is it about regime change? I just want to tell you, Mr. Ambassador, the US President Donald Trump posted on social media today, why wouldn't there be a regime change? Now, this comes on the back of several of your leaders, including your defense minister, who's called Ali Khamenei a modern-day Hitler who must go. Now, is this about then the nuclear threat, or are the goalposts changing with every couple of days? It started off by the nuclear threat, as you said. Now you've got the US president, you've got Israeli leaders, including your prime minister, suggesting this is now about regime change.
Well, look, we don't have a plan of regime change in our operative plans, okay? The government, the Israeli cabinet, has taken the decision to remove these two threats and to engage in diplomacy in order to have a permanent solution to this problem of the Iranian aggressive conduct.
Your defense minister very clearly said that there should be regime change.
Now, of course, we would like to see a situation in which the Iranian people are liberated. But it is not our job to do that. It's the job of the Iranian people. It's their decision.
So why say it? Why should Israel or the United States call for regime change in Iran? It is, as you rightly said, the decision of the Irani people. I mean, they are a sovereign nation. They will decide what kind of government they want. It can't be decided by Israel or America.
We are not going to decide it. We don't have the plans to do it. We don't have the capability to do it. What we are doing, what we are saying is that this regime that has been oppressing us and the region, has been oppressing their people. We don't have anything against the Iranian people. On the contrary, we have a history of friendship that goes back 2,500 years with the Iranian people, with the Persians. Cyrus the Great emancipated our people and allowed our temple to be built in Jerusalem. We want to re-engage with the Iranian people. We identify, we sympathize, we think that this leader, Khamenei, that has committed so many crimes, he has to go to the dustbin of history. That is our position.
Okay, that is your position. The Iranian people may well see him as a spiritual leader. Tomorrow, if Iranians turn around and say, we want Benjamin Netanyahu to be put in the dustbin of history, can sovereign nations' leadership be decided by another country? Can you tell me today you want Khamenei in the dustbin of history? Isn't it morally unconscionable in the world we live that nations are going to call for removal of a particular elimination? The word used by one of your leaders was elimination of Khamenei. That is the operation. And I quote here an academic of Israeli descent, Mr. Avi Schleim, who calls it the act of a mafiosi. This is what mafiosis do, eliminate someone from another country.
I have a question for you, Rajdeep. If somebody was trying to kill you for the last 30 years, and have been using every means that they have in order to handicap you, in order to kill you, in order to assassinate you, in order to hit you, in order to amass the weapons that will ensure your destruction, wouldn't you be willing for that person to disappear?
But the language being used suggests this is not just about asking someone to disappear, it's actually looking to do a targeted assassination. Now, is that what Israel wants? You started off by saying this was about nuclear strikes because you believe there's an existential threat to Israel.
And I repeat,
but you moved on to now suggesting...
I repeat that Israel doesn't have a plan of regime change. That
doesn't have a plan.
That Israel would like to see a change of the regime, because that would be that would give hope to the Iranian people. It would give hope for the region in its entirety. So as much as we wish something to happen, it doesn't mean we have a plan to do it. We are a democracy, and we concentrate in neutralizing the threats that are threatening our existence. That is what we're doing, and we are signaling to the regime of Iran that if it doesn't change its course, of course it will face more dangers.
Are you saying you would do to Iran what happened in Syria? You want a regime change. Assad's regime was removed in Syria. You've taken out the Hezbollah from Lebanon. Is that what Israel wants? Complete dominance, hegemony over the Middle East, where Israel will decide who remains in power and who doesn't?
No, first of all, we didn't remove Assad regime. The Assad regime was removed by other forces. We have neutralized Hezbollah because Hezbollah was firing at Israel. We never assassinated Bashar Assad, and we don't intervene in the internal matters of other countries. However, when there is somebody that is targeting us for so many years, trying to assassinate us, look, every bomb, every terrorist attack, every missile, every rocket, every ballistic missile, any attack, cyber attack, that Israel suffered in the last 30 years, has an address. That's the Ayatollah Khamenei. You have to understand that.
Is that your answer, therefore, to someone like Avi Schleim, who I said is a British-Israeli professor emeritus at Oxford, who says Israel's attack on Iran is an act of aggression, not of self-defense?
Who cares about what he says? Who is he?
He's a respected academic. There is a lot of global opinion, as you know, which is divided on this issue. There are those who believe that Israel under Benjamin Netanyahu, with this doctrine of peace through war, is pushing the world into a dangerously escalating conflict. He's now dragged the United States into a conflict. This is Benjamin Netanyahu, who for the last 30 years has a single point agenda: I've got to finish the regime in Iran, and he is thereby willing to do whatever it takes.
Prime Minister Netanyahu was among the first leaders in the world that signaled the danger of a genocidal, radical Islamic regime trying to possess weapons of mass destruction that would give them the chance to destroy the state of Israel. That has been his agenda, not regime change. Now, what we have to do here is remove a threat, because if Israel succeeds in defeating terrorism and radicalism, the forces of pragmatism will have a chance. We have consistently pursued peace. We have peace with Egypt, with Jordan. We achieved peace with the Abraham Accord countries. We did that because it's in their interest and our interest. And we didn't drag the United States. The United States has a strong leader that knows exactly what is better and what is best for his own country. So blaming our prime minister for dragging leaders of the world is a nice conspiracy theory that has no basis whatsoever.